Oh, wow. Well, ladies and gents, it's September 1st, and it freaking feels like we just crossed into the Twilight Zone. What do I mean by all this? I, you'll just have to wait and see. The listings that you're going to see in this video today on the Monday Market Report is nothing short of mind blowing. That it's really astonishing what we have for you here today. It's almost as if someone flipped the switch compared to what the market was in the month of August, which was pretty good. It was robust. We talked about it. September just kind of brought about exactly what I thought, but wasn't 100% sure that it would be heading in that direction. But it did. Wild and crazy wet ride, guys. Summer's not over yet, but there is very much the fall season kind of feels here with the numismatics market that we're experiencing right now. We get to share and talk about it on this episode of Monday Market Report. So you're going to have to save this video. We're going to see how well this ages, if it does, because you're about to embark on a journey like you have never seen in quite some time. So I want to thank you guys for tuning on in, where we take a look at some of the most impactful, most talked about post 1900 modern era of graded coins that have sold here in the last 7 days. It seemed like the last 7 days was a lifetime ago, because today is what really matters most, as a lot of these sales end on greatcollections.com. Where do I start? Could it be just the explosion of desirability for registry set coins? Yeah, there's a good fair number of that here, ladies and gentlemen. This just kind of came out of left field for me the moment that I was able to assess the coins that did sell here this evening. Was nothing short of astonishing. All right, so you're gonna get the full lowdown here in a few moments. But first and foremost, we actually have a really nice calendar of events for this coming week. I had done part 10 of the Treasure Hunter's Dream Quest, the Wheat Cent Roll Auction. I just did that yesterday. People want more, so we're gonna do one more, and that's it. That's gonna be coming up tomorrow on Monday, September 2nd, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. Kind of an oddball time. I've done it before, but we do have the live coin Q&A live stream tomorrow evening as well. So we certainly can't miss that. We'll be on there as well. So if you're looking to take part in the Wheat Cent Roll Auction, which was hot off the collar here yesterday, from part 10, part 11 is certainly going to get you all hyped up. And then Friday, we have our standard US type and silver signature auction coming up September 6th, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't signed up and we're heading and embarking into the holiday season, what are you waiting for? Sign up today. Use the referral link in the description box. Receive $15 on me off your first purchase. It doesn't matter what it is or who on the platform. Whatnot is one of the fastest growing platforms today. Come check it out. Take advantage of this opportunity while you can. All right, let's head on into the coin selections, ladies and gentlemen. This one we're going to throw in here. This one barely qualifies as an appetizer, and you'll see here why. 1997 Lincoln Memorial Cent. Obviously, this coin's here because it's a staple in any registry set that cares about each and every single date of Lincoln cents. That even includes the much newer pieces. Let this be a prelude to a firestorm of emotion that we're going to be seeing here in the next 25 minutes. Mid-State 69 Red was the grading on this one by PCGS. All right. Seems like a pretty nice grade. It's 1 point away from perfection. This one ended up selling this evening for $1,431. All right, if you think that is magical, how about 1996 Lincoln Memorial Cent? Just one date off, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Obviously, mid-state 69s are kind of like the talk of the town. If you needed this coin to be a rocket ship, same way that we saw the 97, a mid-state 69 grade is certainly the threshold. If you don't meet that threshold, well, I'm sorry to say your coin's probably not going to sell for four figures. But in any event, we have this 96. Again, PCGS giving this one all of the grading to it, but this is where where the proverbial train kind of runs off the tracks, causing all sorts of chaos. $14,625 sale on this one coin. What in the blue hell happened between 97 and 96? The pop count, quite a bit different from one to the other. Obviously, the 96, there aren't a whole lot of this coin in 69. It's probably a pop one or two, whereas the 97, there's quite a few more of them. Quality got better, after 1 year. It happens, sure. But who would ever imagine that someone would pay $14,000 for this coin? It's on the other tail end of nearly $15,000. $14,000 is like chump change, right? For a registry set member. Again, we're living in pretty extraordinary times here. When a coin that is barely 30 years old, it's not even 30 years old yet. What is this? 28 years old, something like that. I don't know. 28. I don't know. $14,600. Does it stop there? Was that the one lone coin that makes us just stand into attention? No, I mean, it keeps on going now. Okay, like we started the video. All right, we got to put in a little bit of an appetizer. 1995, Lincoln Memorial Cent. This, of course, is the well-known doubled die obverse variant of this coin. It's the FS101 Cherry Picker's Guide variety. Very attractive looking coin. It's one of the cleanest I've seen. Of course, it's a mid-state 69 red. Now, there are quite a few that are graded in 69 red. Quality of 95 Philly coins were actually quite good. They were exceptional, to say the least. And the doubling on this one, really easy to see with the naked eye. I know I could check it out pretty good, mostly by looking at the word Liberty. That's where it gets kind of crazy. But again, folks, mid-state 69 red, right? Much like the 1996, the 97, we're all talking about 69s here. This one sold for $1,586.25. Not too bad, right? Not too shabby, but wait. All right. Contrasting feels here. 1985 Philly Lincoln Memorial Cent coming up next. It's the Battle of 69s. It's the ultimate meme number, for a number of reasons. You guys know I'm not going to talk about it. We got to keep it PG rated on this video. PCGS got this one as a 69 red. All right, another near perfection coin. All of these, by the way, are meant and intended for registry sets. Not for the faint of heart, okay? Not financial advice. I can tell you all day long, you guys need to look out for these. You need to bust open BU rolls. You need to do this, do that. Get your share of the riches that exist within the registry set world. It's not quite that easy. So this one right here, another beauty. Full nice red. Just the light striations of the zinc texturing is quite cool on this one. You can see it there on the obverse in the open fields. Really nice one. And they're not usually this nice. $6,131.25 was the final hammer on this one. I mean, are you kidding me? It's a 40-year-old freaking penny here. That was minted into the hundreds of millions, if not billions. So many of these were made. It's hard to even imagine that something that is so plentiful would sell for this kind of money. But wait, there's more. We're living in extraordinary times. 1974D with all of its polishing dye marks all over the place. This thing is like a roadmap to an F1 speedway. It's crazy looking. This thing right here is a Mid-State 68 red by PCGS. PCGS, one of the biggest front runners of the registry set world. Continuing on again, another nice one here. $3,093.75. Again, pushing the envelope. The thrusters at full bore max. The heat is unpalpable with these coins so far. And if you think it's just Lincoln Cents, again, we're talking Twilight Zone. It's the whole list, ladies and gentlemen, from Lincoln Cents, nickels, dimes, and quarters. How about the 72S? This is a veritable shocker for a lot of you, all right? This one even shocked me quite a bit. However, I will say, it's not every day that you come across a 1972S on this list at all. This is like the one date and coin that we just don't see. We don't see this one on the secondary market. Therefore, it is scarce at the highest possible grade. In this particular instance, this one is a Mid-State 67 plus full red by PCGS. I mean, of course, that this one is going to gain some attention. It's probably sold for a few $1,000s, right? Because it's another date, another coin that is needed. Not so fast. Pump the brakes a little bit, all right? $21,376.12 final sale as of a few hours ago on this example right here. $21,000. Again, we're talking about a coin that is easily accessible in full gem red for about a quarter. But finding the one that will grade out this high makes all the difference in the world. If you want to be a superstar, find the one that grades out as 67 plus and be a real thriller in the business. All right, how about this one here? Tough date. So we know 65 through 67, the Mint did not produce any mid sets, right? They did a special mid set, which is a completely different strike and doesn't quite qualify for what we call a business strike coin. So there's not a whole lot of these that you could, search through. BU rolls would be your best bet, but those are kind of few and far between of any of these three dates. So if you're lucky enough to find that one outlier, which is what this one here is, a Mid-State 67 plus, undoubtedly is going to be the grade that you need to mark, that you need to hit right on the bullseye. Full red, this one will reward you in a huge way. $8,349.42 out the door. That's how much it costs for the new owner to take this one home and just collect as many registry set points as they can. Incredible. Is that it? How about 53D? All right, some would say that this one is readily available on some of the highest grades because the Denver minted coins of the 50s were very well struck. A lot of these were in great quality. This one right here looks pretty good. Mid-State 67 plus full red seems like a pretty high grade for a coin that's this old. Yeah, it's 71 years old as of this year. Yeah, another beast mode level coin. I'm telling you what, Marshawn Lynch has nothing on this one. He was the beast mode of the day. And this bad boy right here, $6,356.25. Another blockbuster. And we're not talking about videos. We are talking about Titanic levels of coin. So we hop, skipped, and jumped over 5 decades around there for this one singular lone 1908. It's not a San Francisco. This is just a straight plain Jane Philadelphia struck coin. Again, a lot of these were produced. 1908s, there was a lot of them made. 1909, it dropped off the edge of a shelf. 1908, Indian head cent, beautiful stunner. I mean, full red of any dates, and especially when they grade out this high. That's a completely different ball of wax. How about 67 red by PCGS? $16,300 $312.50. Ladies and gentlemen, we just looked at between these first, what, 9 coins? What is that? $80,000? And most of them came onto 90s and 70s Lincolns. I can't remember the last time I've seen that. I know the Stuart Blay collection that we talked about a year ago was the big moment in Lincoln sense. I would probably put this as number two. The kind of like the September to remember. I know it sounds kind of cliche, but I mean, how else are we going to describe it? Take a look at this. 1994 Philly Jefferson nickel. How do we know the coins like that tone like this? Nickel is such a hard composition to tone really pretty. This one is like, this is a little green men kind of toning right here. I am personally partial to it, but I have never found a coin that looked like this. This thing was sitting somewhere for a really long time to develop this kind of really nice even color. And not only that, it's got like pinks and magentas and a little bit of gold in there. This thing is sexy. But even much newer Jefferson nickels have all the love in the registry set too. It's like, I would say it's the second most popular U.S. type modern coin that people are investing a lot of money into. Mid-State 67 plus full steps. This one also has a QA gold sticker. My goodness, that is impactful. That's very similar to a CAC gold sticker on another older coin. This one right here ended up selling for $2,656.12. Again, it's akin to a really nice St. Gaudens Gold Eagle is what this one sold for. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll trade my nickel for your Gold Eagle straight up. You're not gonna get any arguments from me, that's for sure. All right, now we have a few what I consider to be some really nice stuff. You know, a couple Jefferson nickels that obviously, if it wasn't for the rest of the stuff here, we would certainly forget about these. 1948S in a mid-state 67 plus full steps. 1940s nickels typically are better, quality, better well struck, better luster compared to the 1950s. But again, it's all about the grades, the kind of like the perfect storm of a few things. This one's really nice in this grade. Ended up selling for $6,468.75. Again, man, who would have thought, right? A B roll of 48 S's, that's got to be what, 30, 40 bucks? It's not cheap, but at the same time, it gives you 40 shots at this kind of stardom. You know, it's worth a shot, that's for sure. More great toning here, 1946 Philly. A coin that really does not have too much issues in the quality department. This one has that kind of same level of toning, albeit a little bit more bullseye-ish, if that's even a word. The bullseye toning on this one, making itself known. Mid-state 67 plus full steps, so it's got a decent strike. I'm willing to bet it probably looks better in hand. These photos don't do it justice. If I didn't know any better, I'd say, yeah, it doesn't have full steps at all. But in any event, another asteroid level sale tonight, $9,281.25. I mean, all of a sudden people have money to spend. Where's my money to spend? I don't have any money, guys. I could use a few of these myself. 1943p. Okay, we kind of expect that wartime silver, the population continues. There were a couple really nice pieces in the wartime silver department. I had to pick one. I picked the most expensive one. Here it is, a 43p. Also, the most plentiful by mintage. This one right here is a mid-state 68 full steps. Okay, very, very much expected because these things struck very well. $5,355 was your sale on this one right here. And again, I'm growing increasingly jealous by each one. I'm probably going to be talking with a little bit of a high-pitched squeal to my voice by the time we get to the very last coin. 1937D. Are you kidding me? This is like one of the most common dates of Buffalo nickels and easy to find in mid-state condition. This one right here is just a pleasing overall, nice piece. I mean, boy, it's clean. You know, this one right here looks like it was struck just yesterday. Very nice. Mid-state 68. I'm sure it got an extra tiny micro bump because of the natural toning on the coin. Buffalo nickels. This is kind of like the culmination of like the popularity of this series is when you have a 37D, again, one of the more common dates. $13,346.55. Please don't make me repeat that's like way too many numbers uh, for a coin to blur it out. Because again, I'm thinking about 37D, and it's like I've bought many 37Ds in choice and gem condition for not nearly as much money, but never would I've thought to grade such coins when they're this presentable with um, nary, a contact mark. These things are unbelievable. Supernatural is the word. 1936 Philly, another plentiful date. I mean, this is what the highest minted of the group, or it might be 37p. It really doesn't matter. It's close. Mid-State 68 again on this one. Again, there are dedicated Buffalo Nickel collectors. There's even a big support of the Registry set group as well for these. $12,937.50. Another blockbuster sale. We're on the dimes. If you think that things end here, like they usually do, right? Things normally end at dimes. Lincoln cents, Jefferson nickels, Buffalo nickels, said that they all usually carry the weight of a Monday market report. Not this week. Now, again, we have to throw in an appetizer. How about 1956 proof Roosevelt dime? It's actually a very common issue. Once you get to 55 and earlier, things get a little bit more scarce. Now, what is scarce, undoubtedly, on any 50s proof coin is that beautiful frosty cameo contrast. Very nice frosty white, ghostly color devices. The relief, just amazing. The fields are mirrored black, like jet ice. Proof 68 deep cam. Kind of a tough grade to attain. $1,015.88, right? It's like sitting there before dinner, throwing in a breadstick into butter and chomping on it. That's what this is. Because, under normal circumstances, this would actually be a pretty good sale for this coin. All right, we got a couple crazies here. 1944 Philly Mercury dime. Not rare, right? Because a whole buttload of these were produced from the Philadelphia Mint. However, this one here, someone found a near perfect example in a mid-state 68 with full split bands. This thing is a heavy, beautiful strike. Again, about as clean as it gets. $9,031.24 on the final sale of this one. Yeah, that again, that's insane. 1937p. And it's not like we're looking at like rare dates, right? Like, where's that 14D? Where's the 37D three-legged buffalo, right? It's like none of these are even on the list, yet we're talking about all of these kind of like attainable coins, that you could pick up for a quarter, for $15, for $25. 37p right here is another one. I mean, come on now. Obviously, the nice original understated toning kind of helps out here. Mid-state 68 full bands. What really jet set this one to another level is the CAC green bean. Wow. $5,725.12 on this one. Again, a great heavy lifter for the week. Not to be outdone. How about 24 Philly? Again, it's a Philadelphia coin, but it's an earlier date. It's not one that we customarily see in a dealer showcase or at a coin show. Hey, you just don't, especially when they look like this. By the time someone had found this with the toning coming out of an old collection that they had bought from XYZ person, it puts things into a different perspective, and usually the dealers are the ones that have these first. But if you're lucky enough to find one of these raw in dealer inventory or stock, man, jump on it and see if you could, pull at the very least a 67 full bands. It's going to be a huge coin. Like this one right here, $19,125 on the sale price for this one. I'm telling you, not rare at all. Not rare. A lot of these Philadelphia is very attainable, even going into the 20s. Who the heck snuck this one in here? Well, it's in here for a reason. 1992p Washington quarter. We got a few quarters to wrap things up here for the week. Mid-State 68. Any guesses on what this thing sold for? By the way, this is one of the cleanest 90s quarters that I have ever laid eyes on. I'm like looking at the fields and the overall highest points of this coin. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, they usually don't show up this much. This clean. This is a great example. $4,620.38. Again, better suited for a registry set. That's where it belongs every day of the week. Again, not investable outside of registry set play here. All right, what else we got? We got some more goodies. 55D, 55P, 55D. Two of the bar none toughest dates. Miles will even throw in 61D, 62D, 63D into the mix as well for the modern stuff. 55D, no doubt about it. If you got one in a 67, well, good job. And guess what? We've been talking about PCGS graded coins all show long, but we have this one, CAC-G, that entered the fray. And oh boy, it did not disappoint, Very nice, muted toning. It's not like splashy in your face. It looks good, very attractive. $7,034.62. Yeah. I kind of knew when I saw the 67 on this one, I knew even before I looked to the right on the screen to check out the price, I knew it was going to be a banger. And sure enough, this one was a grand slam. We're not talking about Denny's food here, folks. That is baseball straight up terminology there. How about this 51S? Okay, obviously this one's going to get big bonus points for its toning, which show quite well on the obverse there. A little bit tougher date. This one here is a 68 grade through PCGS. A really nice one. I mean, no doubt about it, this one was going to have a hefty price tag at this grade level. $5,456.25 was your finale here. And the final coin, I had to throw one in that I think is the most relatable for every single one of us. All right, we've been looking at some pretty nasty looking trophies. And again, it's all coins that are very findable, very approachable. See, that's kind of the thing. Usually when we talk about these high level coins, they just have no shot of being found. How about this thing here? A dateless Standing Liberty quarter, which is a common occurrence in just about every single melt bin imaginable out there in America, ladies and gents. And this is very, very findable. 1916. This is a key date. Only 52,000 1916 Standing Liberty quarters were ever produced. And yes, quite a bit of them did circulate. Here's one right here. We've talked about this one here before, folks. Not this specific coin, but others that look like it. PCGS graded this one a poor one. And the question is, well, Blue, how do you know it's a 1916 if there's no readable date? Well, there's design details on the coin that set it apart from the Type 1 1917s. All right. Primarily the oval bottom-shaped drapery on the left side of the leg, the curl of the hair, which points more up rather than straight down, and a few other things. If there was an ear hole, you could see that. The rivets on the shield are designed a little bit differently. This one, and of course, it's not going to have any stars under the eagle. That's going to be one of the things you'll look for at first. But boy, oh boy, talk about a coin that if you're able to find in a melt bin somewhere, this could save your rawhide. This one ended up selling for $2,165.62. Do I have to repeat that? $2,100 that this one sold for. Only because someone took the extra time to look through their melt stack of constitutional silver and came out a true winner. All right. I mean, that is awesome. If you're able to do that at every level, if you're a silver stacker, become a numismatist too. And you're going to learn some really awesome shit like this. I'm telling you, it's really cool. That's just a way that you can enhance the hobby, by, being more being more of kind of like the all-purpose person rather than being a subject matter expert at just one thing. Why not learn more about what the hobby can offer? Because that could really pay off in huge dividends in the future. Well, the information provided today is for educational use only, not financial advice. You got that right. Please do collect and or grade your coins responsibly if you want. This video might actually entice a few people, I believe. That's going to go ahead and do it for today, ladies and gents. Thank you for watching. This is your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Thank you for tuning in on this simply ravishing ride that I haven't seen in probably a year. Things didn't go stale today. September 1st. Welcome to a new era. Can it get any better or will it drop off? Remains to be seen. But you best believe that I will talk about it in a future video. And I hope to see you guys then. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys later. So long.